This Discord again. Get a second for people to join. Alright, let's do this.
Welcome to the RoShow League Podcast Network.
Hello, everybody. We're your hosts. I'm Dark Raven 2019, six-time Super Bowl champion and the Detroit Lions user.
It's your boy Trailboy Twan, 9-time champion, 1-0 to start the season, and welcome to the pod.
And it's your boy Willie 215, the most hated, most debated. And we got another great show for you guys, kicking off season 1 of Madden 26 of the RoShow League. Raven, take us away.
So, we're finally here, fellas. Madden 26. You know, I do like how Ro does, like, a little bit of staggering, even if it's, like, early October. I think, a lot of things were kind of patched, or the game is a little bit better now. And with that said, we just kind of want to spend a minute, like, talking about the game itself, like, a couple of things we like, a couple of things we don't like about the game. Trill, did you want to go first in that?
Well, first thing about things I do not like, man. We got to talk about what EA was cooking with this progressive fatigue, wear and tear thing.
For sure.
Like, why? I know that it was in college football, but they added it to Madden, but they didn't know what they was doing when they added it to Madden because it's all glitched out. So, like, man, they need to get that taken care of.
Yep. And so just for some kind of context, so, like, progressive fatigue is supposed to be like your players get fatigue over the course of the season. Well, there's a bug or a glitch where, like, even though they took it out of the game, it still happens if you turn wear and tear off, where all your players are almost completely fatigued. Like, everybody's red fatigue. So, that reduces ratings, increases chance of fumbling, makes players slower, and makes them more prone for injury. And then, that forces us to use wear and tear, which is just the fact, like, after a couple plays or whatever, a player might, like, have, like, a little bit, wear and tear, as it's, explicitly called. So, like, the player, will have reduced ratings. He might have, like, his arm might be hurt a little bit or whatever. I really think EA, like, progressive fatigue should be fixed, but at the end of the day, EA should just give you the option to turn off both.
That's what they made a patch. So you'd be able to turn on, like, they got rid of progressive in general and said you could turn on and off wear and tear, but it's not working though because it's progressive fatigue. It might not be an option, but it's still there because everybody's in the red.
Exactly.
So that's just a glitch.
Yeah. So that's a big ball drop by EA for sure. And like, wear and tear probably wouldn't even be that bad, because, like, in college, like he said, which introduced it first, college had sliders, and it was, like, very specific sliders, like, across the board. And we have no control. Like, maybe if we had more control, I could see Ro being like, wear and tear would make some sense. Let's just tune it up a little bit, but, like, it just sucks.
Man, they just do that. They threw it together and called it a feature, man. That's the issue.
Threw it on the box.
Yeah, they just said, here's a new feature. We don't know what it do for real, but here it is. Like, that's kind of what happened.
Facts. For sure.
All right, but Raven, what's your favorite thing you got going on for Madden 26?
So something I really like what they did this year is there's a lot more coach adjustments that you can do, and specifically on defense. I like the fact that you get to like move your safeties and DBs around. So like, if I want my safeties lining up closer to the line of scrimmage because I'm going against an opponent that runs the football a lot, I have the ability to do that. Or if it's like late in the game and I want my DBs to play the boundary, my opponent has no timeouts left, I can do that. Some of the small things like that, and then kind of continuing off that, I like the fact that you can call stunts with your defensive line now. So like, if you hold down the button as you're picking a play, like you have a couple of different options to choose from, and you can have a stunt ran with your defensive lineman, and that can generate pressure sometimes. So those are some of the things I really like. I feel like you have a little bit more control. I would like to see like maybe more things over the future course of the games get introduced, but I think it's a pretty good spot and pretty detailed. Especially the fact too, like with the wear and tear, like you can make adjustments and have run certain players like sub out more. So that's something I might do, like with my running backs, is I might have like my running back sub in and out a little bit more. So
Yeah, you do got two good running backs, so. But ill will, man. What do you like and not like so far?
I feel as though EA has done a good job of making the game more realistic in comparison to quarterbacks throwing the ball under pressure or throwing the ball across the body. I felt like before it was still arcadish in a way on Madden 26, 25, but this new one, they're not giving you, all those bailouts anymore. You really got to position your quarterback appropriately when making certain type of throws. Even when you think you're in the pocket, set, you're trying to lead a little bit. If your quarterback is inaccurate, guys will see that, sometimes a pass will sail on a wide open receiver.
Hmm.
So I think, in those ways, I like what EA has done with the game. What I don't like is, yeah, I don't like that they couldn't get that progressive fatigue thing together and they had to take it out. Um, I don't mind, new things that they're adding, but as long as, stuff is working, but it was obviously glitched out. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't really have any complaints about the game. Like so far, I like everything I'm seeing from it. I think they put together a pretty good game, you know.
I will
So.
agree with what you said, Willie, about the quarterback's accuracy, because I played with a couple different quarterbacks and I can tell a big difference. Like when I'm playing with like Anthony Richardson, he's gonna miss some throws, and obviously I hate it, as a competitive person, but at the same time, it's realistic. You know what I mean? Like that's the way it should be. Like I should expect him to make every single throw compared to like if I'm playing with someone like Joe Burrow. I ran a couple of games online with him. Like he's more accurate than other quarterbacks. Like I could definitely tell a big difference when I'm playing with different quarterbacks for sure this year. And like you can't just go on the run and do crossbody throws, like that. I mean, maybe yeah, you probably can with like Mahomes and Lamar or something like that, but like you can't do it with anybody back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I like with the weather too. I think the weather it
Yeah,
might be annoying for some people. Like, man, why are my people sliding and can't do this and that? But I think it might be a good addition to actually have the weather matter this year. So, if it's a snow blizzard, man, we're not gonna be throwing bombs from Baghdad. We're gonna have to tote the rock a little bit. You're gonna have to change with how the weather is. So I wanna see how some of these users adapt. Are they gonna actually switch it up or are they just gonna stick to what they know and get burned off of it?
yeah, that's a great point you brought up, Charles. Especially like it's gonna be interesting to see like if we get like a Blizzard playoff game.
Oh, well, we
There's a
are.
good chance. Like yeah, I mean like more likely than not gonna be in the playoffs. You're in New York. There's a good chance of that. Mike in Baltimore. Like there's a bunch. Byron in Kansas City. There's a bunch of teams. Maybe even M Boy in Buffalo. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be really interesting to see with the weather. There's definitely gonna be a blizzard. Um,
Yeah, so like unless you're like in an indoor stadium, because I mean you got the rain too, like the hurricane kind of weather.
yeah,
So like Miami, you got like or
Seattle.
Carolina, Seattle, Carolina. You got unless you like in a dome, Just be prepared for the weather. That's kind of how it
like
is.
me in Detroit hiding.
Yeah, yeah. I am in Detroit. Yeah,
um,
another reason, man. Hashtag fake news, man.
Hashtag fake demon. I'm gonna get a shirt with it before the seasons before this man's over. Taking a look at the chat. Boogie said, "So far, I'm enjoying the game fully. It's fun for me again." Car said, "One of the best Maddens for a while." Shitty was kind of going along with what you were saying. He said the roof on the ceiling impacts some stadiums too in terms of seeing the field better. I will agree with that. Like, in and one of the leads I'm in, I'm the Colts, and I could tell sometimes, like, with nice suns, like on one side of the field or the other, like it does affect the game for sure. So
Yeah, it must be nice to have a nice little roof over your heads, man. It must be nice.
so another thing at the game, I'll say like it's hit or miss because it's not always perfect. I can tell that they change blocking because there are some plays where I'm like, yes, this guy blocked the right way, but I still feel like there's a lot of times where like blocking isn't always clean for me. So I think
It's
they
my
like
lead blockers.
yeah, but I think like they are going in the right direction and getting blocking a little bit more fixed. I do feel like there's a lot of times pass blocking is not great for me, but it's probably because like I've played most of my games with the Colts and no Quentin Nelson, you know, playing with
Hmm.
that playing. Obviously, that's going to affect things. I mean, like when I played today with the Lions, like I could tell like I did have some pass protection, and blocking was pretty good, but I think they are getting some of the kinks figured out with some of the smaller things like that.
They need to fix the lead blocking, man. I feel like every time I do like a high form or something, the fullback just goes to nowhere.
Uh huh.
Like he'll just miss the assignment completely. He'll go to the safety 20 yards down the field compared to the linebacker about to shoot the gap. It's just like they need to fix how the AI prioritizes who to block.
Mhm.
We're gonna speak on blocking. I mean, pass wise, I really haven't seen nothing crazy pass blocking wise to really have a complaint.
So, I do have one more thing I want to say I don't like, but before I do that, I want to see Willie. Do you have anything else?
No, I mean I'm pretty much good on things I like as far as Madden. This goes.
Yeah. So the only other thing I was gonna throw out there, another small thing, but Willie and I were talking about this the other night, is it'd be nice at some point to see them give you the option to like do the custom formation subs with custom playbooks in franchise, and that's a very small niche thing, but the formation subs has been in the game for like a decade now. And we still don't have that, and that'd be nice to see because like I know I'm especially doing defense because I don't run a custom defensive playbook, but with wear and tear, like I'm moving. I'm not having every single defensive lineman out there in every single formation or every single linebacker, whatever. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely need that change. EA definitely needs to put that in because it just doesn't quite make sense that we can make customized playbooks and not be able to fully use that to our arsenal as far as pre-game and setting our formations and our subs in those formations appropriately. Like that's a major drop on their dropping above the ball by EA. Hopefully, these Saudis can get that together.
Yeah, man, the Saudis. Yeah, it's shitty, man. He must not pay attention. That was a thing last year. Yeah, he talking about what y'all think about him not gatekeeping hot route for QBs. That was a thing last year.
well, but there's different like hot routes. So last year like you did have more options, but I think this year there's like different ones because like last year I think you had to have the ability to call like a hot route a zig. I'm pretty sure, but this year you don't. So
I do not.
I think there are some
They,
changes.
they might have switched them some of the routes around, but you still had an extra four routes.
I think now in a lot of formations they're like you have even more than that though. Yeah, he said it's a full tree this year because I do think there's a little
Yeah,
bit more options and variety this year. So
Man, just give the ball to Scatterboom, keep it pushing, man. I ain't trying to
yeah,
hear all that.
hashtag Gibbs parlay.
Yeah, that's a dart. Give Scatterboo the ball. We good, man. Get the parlays out.
should he should he says Trolley has Trill always has a straight QB, man. He don't
That's
know.
that is a lie. What is he talking about?
Like he did
When was
develop
the
a couple
last?
quarterbacks last
Let's
Madden.
yeah, like when I got three quarterbacks I developed from normal to fucking superstar. What is he talking about?
Well, keep the chat rolling, everybody. Make sure to put questions and comments in the chat. But I do think we are gonna go ahead and move out to our next segment. And Willie, you wanted to give us your preseason power rankings. Now, I am correct in assuming that this is not taking into account the week one games that have been played, right?
Correct. Correct. This is coming into this season going off of, team selections and just predicting out, you know, where guys will start out and everything like that. So it's just a preseason ranking. And I'll start with my top 10. To give you my top 10, I broke it down. Uh, so at the number one, I have the Giants. You know, I don't really think there's much to be said about them. You know, reigning champion, user. Well, not reigning champion, but 9-time champion and first team pick. I don't see, and he's going to probably run that NFC because there's really not many competitors
Man,
there.
there's some dogs out here, man.
Uh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, man, we got the fake demon. We got the NFC East. I can't speak about the West. Like, man, I can't speak on that. Then we got like Tony C and Car. You just
Yeah,
saying, man.
but you don't have to face everybody. So you only got to face maybe one real contender, and we pretty much know who that is. But anyway, we're gonna move along. Number two, we have the Ravens. None other than controlled by Mike. Back-to-back champion, just like Trill was. But he was the second to get the 9. For all you people that want to, have the GOAT debate, second to get the 9, and he was second to do the back-to-back thing in Madden 25. So, you just want to consider those
Fake demon,
things.
you know.
Yeah, fake demon as well, talking all that New England stuff, but we know he's not a builder. And then number 3, we have the Chiefs. I just feel as though running over there because there's no quarterback in the NFC that can quite compare to Mahomes, nor is there a quarterback like Mahomes paired with a fast wide receiver like Xavier Worthy. So, the makings were just for him to
Hollywood.
run over there. Yep, you can't forget about Hollywood. Can't forget about him. Number 3, I'm sorry, that was number 3. Number 4, we have the Lions. Controlled by Raven. That offense is just potent, Laporta, Gibbs and Montgomery, JMO, Brown, like, you know, everything he needs. They traded O lineman. I mean, what more can Raven really ask for, to start with? So he's going to give out a lot of headaches in that division and along with the NFC.
More than headaches.
Yeah.
I don't know worse.
You gotta cash a lot of parlays. Hashtag fake
Yeah,
demon.
man. If I don't see a lot of broom, man, if I don't see the broomstick all Madden, I'm gonna know something.
Yeah.
Can't
So
be
at number
fake
five,
demon. Handling
number
business.
five, I got the Commanders, controlled by G Money. I think G Money is gonna get that team right, and I think he's just gonna he's gonna be a problem for a lot of these other users. They're gonna have a lot of catching up because the top users in the NFC have went. I think G Money's gonna land himself up there in the top 5 or overall top 5, but top 3 in the NFC. Number 6, we're going with the Bengals. You know, so that's a good team to start with as far as having Burrow, Jamar Chase, Defense has some pieces, that can be built up, and we know that user and Sleepy J, he does a good job of building. Um, so I think he's gonna be he's gonna be a team to reckon, to be reckoned with, or whatever.
A lot of fast
He should
DBs.
stay in his regular place. Say it again, Rave.
I said a lot of fast DBs. He definitely has a great team to develop, and that's what he's good at.
Yeah,
Hey, that's his MO is developing. You just gotta do a little bit more on the field.
absolutely. Number 7, I got the 49ers controlled by Insane. This is strictly off of the strength of his division is trash. And, he's going to be a perennial playoff user. So he's going to get those points and stuff like that. So, you know, plus he has his his favorite team. So, when guys get their teams, they turn up a little bit. So I could just see Insane holding down a top 10 spot overall and the top spot in the NFC. Number 8, I got the Cowboys, controlled by Trey Dean. Another good user that's normally always top 10 overall. Um, Cowboys have a rough start. The defense has some pieces. They're not completely naked. And he is going to have to do some. We foresee him developing Joe Milton, and possibly getting rid of Dak. So there's going to be some bumps in the roads for him, but I'm pretty sure with his user ability, he'll still be able to maintain, and not really have a drop off. Number 9, I got the Packers, controlled by Wood. Another decent user with a very, very solid team. A team that gets a shot in the arm by getting Parsons over there. That swap for Kenny Clark. You know, can't really compare the two players. So the impact that Parsons has for that Packers team is just tremendous, and I think that's going to help Wood stay afloat, especially in the NFC. That because of the setup with most of the talent being in the NFC East, he should end up with a playoff spot pretty easily with no contest from the West and barely anybody contesting from the South. And speaking of the South, at number 10, I got the Panthers rounding out our top 10. Car is a pretty good user. I like what I've seen from him so far. And even though that Panthers team don't really have a whole lot overall wise, I can see him, giving people still a tough run and pulling out those games because he has a pretty good offensive scheme. He's very adaptive, and I like what I've been seeing from him. So that rounds out our top 10. As far as 11 through 19, I'm going to be giving those out at a later date. Uh, Probably I'll be dropping those in the Power Rankings weekly channel. But as far as our top 10 right there, I got the Giants, Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Commanders, Bengals, Niners, Cowboys, Packers, and the Panthers.
Hmm. Not a bad list.
So I mean, the big
Not a bad.
takeaway is not a lot of AFC on that list for sure.
Because the AFC is, man, I don't want to start. I don't want to start nothing. But the AFC kind of not holding water to what we got out here in the NFC, man.
Yeah.
I mean, AFC got where most of the fake demons at, man.
That's what they're hiding.
Shit, you should say, man. You already want to come over here.
Yeah, man. I
You
did.
could you could have been a real one, but nah, could have been
Am
a
I not
real
a
one.
real one for coming to the more competitive conference, evidently?
Man, don't start. Hey, man, you know why, man. You know why.
I did what was best for
You
me, man.
did. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, it is a lot of NFC. I mean, AFC wise, who really could you put in there? AFC, Raven, what you think? Who could squeeze in?
I mean, at the AFC, like other users you could maybe squeeze in. I'd say Calvin could be top 10. You know, I'm not saying like top 5, but I think there's a good chance that he, runs that at AFC East possibly, and I think he could easily be like number 9 on the list maybe, but that's just my opinion. If we were to throw another AFC user in there, I do like Willie's list. I think it's pretty well rounded and thought out, and
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
just and
I think
I'll.
once you get to a certain point, it's like this guy's in this certain range, and he just went with what he thought. So
Mm-hmm.
I,
Because
I
I mean, Insane would have been the person I would replace with Calvin or it depends. I need to see what Emor do first before I put him in anything. He was talking his cash money, so I gotta see it be backed up.
I like his top 5 a lot.
Yeah, that's a good top five. He's gonna be some change. Might be a change to it though. His top five by next week,
We'll talk about that
but there might be
later.
a change to it. But yeah, not a bad top five.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how your list evolves over the course of the season and the Madden in general, Willie.
Yeah, man, all the arguments you're gonna start.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, are we ready for the Adam Schefter report?
Yep. So we have the Adam Schefter special. We're going to be covering some of the trades that happened before the first season kicked off. So the first one, I'll get us started, was with me and Insane. Insane made a lot of trades, by the way, so we're going to be talking a lot about him. But we had a blockbuster deal where I sent Aiden Hutchinson to him for Brock Purdy, a 2026 first round pick, and a 2027 first round pick. And for me, like, getting Brock Purdy was nice, but it was mostly getting the first round picks, if I'm being honest. Like, Aiden Hutchinson's a great player, but it is nice having draft capital because normally I'm one of those users that always sells my draft capital, so I'm kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now it's my turn to say how Insane got fleeced, or.
Yeah, both you and Willie didn't like the trade, which I don't know why you guys don't like it.
I'm not necessarily saying it's like a trash trade, but the I don't see what he's getting. I mean, I know you get Nick Bosa and Hutchinson. I mean, that is a plus to have both of them coming in together, but giving up your future for a 60 something overall rookie QB, that's not sustainable. Insane isn't a quarterback developer. Or he hasn't shown it. I think he got Milrow to be what's Milrow X Factor last year?
I think you got him with the X Factor.
Or like the last season
Like year
when
4, I think.
when it was too late. I mean, he did. I don't really see him as a quarterback developer for him to get rid of Purdy and 2 first round picks.
But I don't think he's a. At the same time, I don't really think he cares about who he is a quarterback based off his play style, So
You don't care about them 2 first round picks he lost. Maybe one. I could see him losing one, but I would be damned if I gave up two. That's half of the Madden cycle. You don't have a 1st round pick.
is that pretty much the same sentiment you have, Willie?
Yeah, well,
We might have lost.
he might have lost though.
He did go out for dinner, and I know he's probably worn out from that. So hopefully we
Yeah, he
didn't
he,
lose him.
he doing something. That's cool.
Anyway, so that trade ended up leading to me trading Jared Goff to Rowe. So I traded Jared Goff in the 2027 7th for Will Howard in 2027 second. It was just kind of like a trade where it's like, I was going to trade Jared Goff to CPU. I will be honest about that. But people beat me to that. So there was really nothing left I wanted. Rowe really needed a quarterback. And he asked me about Jared Goff a handful of times, before this match started. Because he knew I was kind of, shopping him a little bit. And I was like, why not? I'll get Will Howard. Yeah, he'll be my backup quarterback, and I get another draft pick. Increase my draft
Yeah,
capital.
everybody just giving you picks, man. You just a pick mad. Everybody got to do it. Everybody give Raven picks.
Yep.
So now you got Insane first, and then you got Rose second. Yeah, everybody just bow down to Raven at
Red.
this point. But, I mean,
You see what Red put in
I
the
would have.
chat?
He said power went out. Man, I would have kept Will Howard if I was Rose. Jared Goff is not the future,
But
and
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
give
he
up the
was
second
really that
round.
interested in Will Howard being his quarterback of the future either. He's gonna draft one. I guarantee he
Now
is.
he's gonna draft one. But if you don't want Will Howard, I would have just kept him until you got your quarterback compared to giving up a pick. I don't think they would. I would have gave up a pick. Cause I mean these drafts be deep. Them second round picks matter.
And well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to. All right, well, I was trying to get Patrick Quinn from him, but he wasn't budging, so that's why I was like, all right, let's do a draft pick. And he was like 2026 third or 2027 second. I was like, let's do the second.
He went, man, terrible negotiation tactic right there, man. I don't know what he was coaching. If he should have knew the answer, he should have said, "I'll give you a third and kept it pushing, man. He
I
shouldn't
wouldn't have
have gave you
accepted. I
the
wouldn't
he
have
shouldn't have
accepted
gave
that.
the yeah, he shouldn't have gave you the
We
option.
would we would end up with the
Terrible,
same result no matter what. So
that was terrible negotiation tactic right there.
on to our
But
next trade. We got two more insane trades, right?
yeah, back to back insane trades.
So you go ahead. You take the lead on this one.
Yeah, I'll say him and Calvin made it. Like this trade, look, he kind of went under the radar. Nobody really talking about it. But I mean, Insane did get a second round pick after he dumped his assets to you. He got a little second round pick and a rookie safety. I think he's a rookie safety for George Kittle. George Kittle, he's pushing 30 at this rate. So I know
You're
he wanted to get rid
31.
of him and get younger. So I mean, I actually like this trade for him. It's like, man, I know Kittle's gonna regress, so let me get the most out of him while I still can. So he was able to get a rookie safety that's probably gonna play, and you got a second round pick for your trouble. So that's not a bad haul. And for Calvin, he's trying to win now, so that's a great pickup for him to get George Kittle. Try to help Drake
Mm-hmm.
May out a little bit. Hey, Drake May, get him some weapons.
Yeah.
I think it was a win-win trade for both parties for that.
Yeah, especially first season. This is really big for Drake May's development and just getting him another weapon. That's gonna go a long way for sure. And I agree. I mean, like, number could be made. Insane has a lot of players that are kind of another age, but George Kittle was definitely the most like obvious one. Like, I think like that was a good move for him, moving him. So yeah, I agree. It's a
Hmm.
win-win. And at safety, he picked up Darius Rush. Like, he's only like a 60 something overall, but he's pretty fast, and Saints starting him, and he made a lot of plays in his first game. I know we'll be talking about it later, but I'm pretty sure he forced the fumble, so he's getting impact from the player he received as well.
Yeah, yeah. Get a rookie and you get a second round. Yeah. So I like that trade compared to the Hutchinson trade. Now it's a way better trade. But then
And
he made another trade, man. Him and man, Red must have rubbed off on him because he over there being a trade maestro, got all these traded with Red. I mean, I was just talking about him getting younger. That he gonna trade for Ward. Like, damn, how he gonna? Now he making me take back what I said. Cause like, how
I
you
would
gonna
not
try to
trade
get
Mikael
younger?
Williams.
I wouldn't have traded Mikael Williams. Like, I'm thinking he get younger. He just got an old cornerback for Mikael Williams. So it's like, man, that's a head scratcher in my opinion. Trading a third, a second, and another third for an old ass Ward. That might be worse than the Hutchinson trade, to be honest, in my opinion, just based on what he's trying to do, trying to build on the future, because that's not a future type of trade. That's a win now trade, and I don't think he got the assets to win now. But man, what you think, Raven? You think that was a good trade?
You know, I gotta be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the trade. Like, I know Tavarius Ward is a superstar traded corner, but there's no way I would have traded Mikael Williams. No way.
Yeah, trading McCann. The only reason he probably did that is because he got Hutchinson and Bosa.
But I still, he could have put
But I
Mikael
would have
Williams
kept
like a defensive tackle. No
put him at
fucking
tackle. You could just keep him in general though, because of the
yeah,
way
like
his wear and
rotate the
tear
ends.
is. Yeah. So it's like I wouldn't have traded McHale and picks,
Yeah.
multiple picks at that.
Honestly, I feel like he could have gotten away with just trading like one third or just a third. So I don't think he needed to trade a second as well.
He overpaid for a corner that's gonna regress in like a season or two.
But hey, man, he
Man,
wanted to bring his guy back home, back to San Francisco. He just put
man,
training camp
I
in
don't.
Indy and was back in San Fran.
Man, we'll see what happens. I mean, his division is extremely weak, so it might not even make that big of a difference for him making the playoffs. It's gonna be about beating those top users when it matters.
So up next we had to put an asterisk beside this trade because it hasn't officially gone through yet. Um, we're assuming it's still gonna happen. It was approved, but we have Tyreek Hill going from the Miami Dolphins to the Eagles, and the Dolphins are receiving a 2026 first round pick and a 2026 third round pick. And if I'm being honest, I think Willie, like, it sucks losing Tyreek Hill, but I think Willie's winning this trade. I don't know, Tyreek Hill's Tyreek Hill, yeah, you get a fast wide receiver, but I feel like Ron's the last person that needs another wide receiver.
Yeah, because you got Smith and Brown already, and I mean, he still got Johnny Will, don't he? Johnny Will, Johnny Will on the bench somewhere,
I think
praying to
so,
get some
yeah.
PT, praying to get some PT somewhere. So it's like, man, why I don't see the vision and train for Hill because Hill was gonna regress pretty fast. And it's gonna be quick. You probably get at least one more year out of him, like one good year out of him before he starts regressing.
He's putting all his eggs in one basket. He's trying to win this year.
It's almost like I could respect that, but you also got to play on the field, man. Man, you got to play on the field too.
Yeah.
Having a good roster on paper sound good, but you got to be on the field and play. So I just don't see that being a wise trade to make at that moment when you got a lot of receivers. Because don't they still got No, I think Dotson was a free agent actually. I don't think they signed him because they
Um,
had Jahan Dotson, but I think they didn't re-sign him
did
in
they?
real life.
They still had him. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up the roster real fast, but if we won't, we can go ahead and start talking about the next trade.
Oh yeah, it's another Ron trade with Red. Red really fleecing out here. He got Kellen Rigo for a third. I would at least ask for a second because Kellen Rigo, he's young and he's fast, and that's the best type of corner to have. A young, fast corner that you could develop. And you gave him up for a third round pick. That's a fleece. So that's starting to make
I,
me question.
yep, I really like the trade by Red. I think getting Gringo was a great move. Definitely applaud that. I mean, that's a day one starting corner. Even if he's a normal trade, that's a big
You
win.
could definitely develop that. Like
Okay,
I would have thought he kept him.
yeah. So Ron's other wide receivers, he has Jahan Dotson, John Mechie the third. Forgot to trade for him, and Johnny Wilson.
With Brown and Smith. So that's
Yeah.
my point. Why does he need a receiver? I guess that's my point. And I can't even ask to make a trade because he's gonna say fuck you. So it's like I can't even ask.
Call you a dick eater.
Yeah, like nigga, he be like fuck you, I ain't trading with you. So like he got all these fucking receivers for no reason.
So Red asked us to give our most surprised trade, best trade overall, weakest trade overall, and unrated trade. So I'll give mine for each. So the most surprising trade, the Tyreek trade. I did not see that coming out of anywhere. When I found out that
Hmm.
Tyreek was possibly being moved, and I heard it might be to the NFC, I honestly thought that it was going to be to like somebody in my division. Like I thought maybe like, oh, maybe we would trade more picks to go get him, or maybe it was Boogie. Boogie sent a pick out to go get him. I would have been surprised by either of those, which I think Boogie hits two superstar wide receivers, so I guess he couldn't. But um, and then best trade overall. If we're talking about like best trade as in like win-win, that's the way I'm perceiving it. I'm gonna go with the 49ers Patriots trade. I mean, we kind of already touched on that. I think that trade really benefited both sides for where they're going. The weakest trade overall, I'm gonna go with the Boyd and Mikael Williams one. I would not trade Mikael Williams. Like, there's no way I would have traded him at all, and especially giving up that much draft capital. I definitely think that one's a little bit lopsided. And then underrated trade, I I guess given the options, I guess I'll go ahead and go with the Ringo trade. I mean, it's either that or me getting the second round pick for Jared Goff. One of those two, but I think getting Ringo for a third round pick that's really underrated and that's a nice steal.
Mm. So for me, for surprise, I would definitely say that Ward trade because it didn't really make sense to me why he did that. Because I think that Calvin trade was first. So I'm like, okay, Insane's trying to he's making up for that Hutchinson trade. He's getting younger, whatever. I see what he's trying to do. The next thing you know, he traded Mikael Williams for Tre'Davious Ward and a load of picks.
The
So
Ward trade was
that's
first.
was it. It was first.
It was the second one he made. It was Hutchinson, Ward, then Kittle. They just had an
And
order on the slide.
that's
I wasn't really thinking through that.
all right.
Carry on.
Yeah, that's my surprised and worried weakest trade. That's both right there. Tyreek Hill's a close second, but that's an asterisk trade, so I'm not gonna save him. So if we're going about official trades, that's the weakest, and that's also a surprise. But for underrated, I think is that Kittle trade. I think that the fact that it's a win-win for both parties, and Calvin gets I think he's gonna be the best weapon on his offense because Diggs isn't all that great right now. So I think yeah, Kittle's gonna be the number one priority. And then the same, he gets him a second round pick and a not superstar, but a rookie safety that he could develop. So that's probably extremely underrated for me. So that'll be my underrated pick. And I think that answered the question.
Yeah, and obviously a lot more trades are gonna happen. So, a couple weeks, we'll have to see, what other trades end up transpiring. But yeah, and obviously, like this is not all the trades. There are other trades made, but these are the ones we're talking about the most. Like, there's no reason to why I didn't need we didn't talk about Patrick Ricard being traded to me Rose said you guys aren't taking into consideration a lot of moves that happened with these trades. I flipped A-Rod for a second, so I didn't lose. So he's basically
But
saying,
man, he didn't lose a second, but you didn't gain a second. He could have had 2 seconds at that point. That's what I'm like, man. You should be stocking up on the draft compared to giving picks up. Even if you had a pick to give from a different trade, I still would have kept it. I'll try to make sure I'd have two. That should have been the game plan
and,
instead of giving it to Raven.
one thing too, I don't think we brought up, Trill, is with the Terry Kill trade. That's another trait that Ron's gonna have to remove from his team, because he was already the rule's 8. He started at 10, so he has to remove 2, but he gets Tyreek, puts him at 11, so he has to remove 3.
Hmm. Yeah, but I mean, I think he
And
has.
it's gonna have to be one of the wide receivers. And it's gonna have to either two of them are gonna have to be Brown, Smith, or Goddard. Two of those three.
Yeah, you have to get rid of 2 of the 3. Then he's probably gonna do Lane Johnson for the third. So
Mhm.
you know, I mean, I wouldn't have did that trade. All the receivers he got, but Because we got he's stacked with receivers. Hey, bro, why you doing red like that, man?
Uh,
He said, no, thank you.
Before we move on, let me just real fast see if Willie's okay.
He is.
All
Let me
right, we
see.
ready to move on?
Yeah, so now we at the recap phase.
Yep. So something new for this Madden. We're gonna be talking about the games that have been played this week and some previewing some games, but also new this Madden. They add like a weekly recap. It's just like a minute and 30 seconds or whatever. They pick like 3 games that have been played, and they just kind of show a clip from each play, and they get the stats. It's narrated by Scott Hansen. It's something new, so we were like, all right, let's throw it in. So let's see what we got for week 1 so far.
Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. We start way down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Chiefs and Chargers kicking off the season in the NFL's International Series. And here's the speedster, Xavier Worthy. They're going to air it out to him deep downfield, and he's right there to grab it. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green, the Jets, as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers? And this is Jared Goff. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Steelers come away with a 4-point victory. One more to show you, and it's out in Seattle, the Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's the Niners' special teams that come up with a big play. One of the most exciting moments in sports, the kickoff, fielded, and returned for the touchdown. He takes it all the way back for the score. And that'll do it for us. After a fun first week, let's do it again, shall we? Scott Hansen here in Orlando. Good night from
So, I think a couple things that stood out to me. One, before we talk about the games, I do love how like it's not perfect. So obviously, like there was a mistake there at the end where it said the 49ers made a big play in special teams, and there was them giving up a kick return touchdown. But let's just talk about each game one by one. So first we had the Chiefs and the Chargers. It was in Brazil, so that was Bayern versus City. So a big thing that stood out to me is both quarterbacks had 4 passing touchdowns, and it looked like it was a shootout. So.
Yeah, and they both had a lot of passing yards too. But then I gotta be saying like City had like 450 maybe. I would have to see it again.
I think it was like 442. I can play it back. I can like pause it. Let's see. There we go. So Mahomes was 18, 24, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. Herbert was 32, 44, 462 yards and 4 touchdowns. Gosh dang.
But then it comes down to like, man, how you only scored 30 the way Herbert just played, man, I demand a trade. We only scored 30 points, and I just balled my life, my career game type. But I'm just looking at that clip, though. You see Worthy had 3 people behind him, 3 people chasing him, just from the freeze frame. The freeze frame.
So something that's not shown, I had to pull up Neon and check. Mahomes threw 1 interception, Herbert threw 4. So
that might be a reason why it was only that.
But yeah, Xavier Worthy, I'm pretty sure leads the lead in receiving yards of 150 something. I mean, that's going to be a dangerous weapon for Bayern all year long, having that speed wide receiver. So.
That's why he made the move, man. Why he made the switch.
Hashtag fake demon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I think Byron pulled away like in the second half. So I mean, I think Byron should run that division, but I think him and City, they're gonna have some good games like they did last year because they was in the division last year together. So we're gonna have some good games.
Car said Congo on him.
It really was, man. You look at
And they're all chasing him.
they all chasing him.
He just ran right past everyone.
Hmm. Need to get some speed, man. When you play the Chiefs, man, you gotta get that speed.
So up next we had Rowe against Spaz. Jared Goff makes his debut for the Steelers and gets the win.
Yeah, pouring rain. You can barely
Yep.
see what's going on.
Yeah, so both quarterbacks didn't have, the most efficient game. Goff, 12, 26, 227, 2 touchdowns. Fields, 15, 31, 149, 1 touchdown. I'll pull up to see like how many interceptions and all that they threw. But, I mean, first takeaway is I'm not surprised that neither quarterback had a really efficient day just because it was downpouring rain.
People slipping and sliding. You know, it's probably hard to get a good grip on the ball to pass. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I think this
I'm
is a
interested
big
to see
statement win, too, by Rowe. Starting
so
off the
that he's
night.
not a pushover. Yeah, so that he's not a pushover like he like last year. He's about it this time.
Both quarterbacks threw 3 interceptions. Brees Hall had
But
141 rushing yards.
yeah, I feel like in these type of games though, you gotta rely on the run game a little bit in games like that.
141 rushing yards and 0 touchdowns, though, is criminal work.
He damn near he almost got as many yards as Fields got passing. Man, I'll be toting, man. I don't even, man, you should have had at least 30 carries at that point, 30, 40 carries, if that's how the game was going.
Rose said
Because
this
he was
was his
clearly the
first
high
game
end.
on Madden 26. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
Now you good. I was just saying that, for a game like this, if he's the high hand, you gotta feed that and just run the ball a little more.
Mm-hmm. Rose said it was his first game on Madden 26.
Yeah, how'd you like the experience, bro, man? Did you feel comfortable when you was playing? I know it was a downpour.
Did you love getting that dub, bro?
Yeah, that's the more important thing, man. That dub has to feel good to get that one off your chest.
The season started off right. He's
First,
gonna have to get these type of wins. He's in a super tough division, so he wants to make the playoffs. Like he's gonna have to take advantage of these non-division games.
hmm
He said better game was 25, but the weather is OP. I think
yeah,
you'll
the
get
weather.
I think you'll get more used to 26 as you play it more.
Now you in Pittsburgh, man. I'll be ready for that snow.
Yeah, there's a good chance
You start beating
you're gonna at least get a light snow game, but there's a chance you might get a blizzard one game.
I mean, you're not gonna get it right now though. It's still like
Right,
early.
right. But
But
like say
once we get
December,
to once we get to them later weeks, man, you better be ready. See, then we got the last game.
49ers Seahawks. So it's not on here, but all right. So Cook 12, 15, 148, 0 touchdowns. Sam Darnold 23, 34, 234 yards, 4 touchdowns. But Cook had like 150 rushing yards or something like that.
He was doing it all out there. He was like Travis Hunter out there. But for passing in, well, I could have said Lamar Jackson. That's what I should have said.
Being a dual
But
threat weapon.
yeah, but we got to remember who he playing at the same time. So it's like I might have to see him do it again to really stamp that.
Yep. Darnold threw 3 interceptions. Cook threw 1. So Cook and CMC both had 121 yards rushing apiece. Kenneth Walker had 70. I mean, we were kind of talking about this earlier, Trill. Bro, we'll get to that in a second. I think a big takeaway, not even just related to like the game itself, the result, but why is Miller on that out there?
Yeah, why is Sam Darnold getting PT? Is my question. Because if I ask, man, it's like, man, I'm just want to see what my team look like, man. Well, you're not going to see what Miro look like on the bench. All right, man, that's your franchise QB. There should be no reason why he's not on the field.
So, Ro, to answer your question, that is Brady Cook. He's a 62 overall. He's a rookie out of Missouri. Let me make sure.
Yeah.
It should be Missouri. I don't think it's like Missouri State or. I don't even think that's an
Nah,
actual school.
that's Missouri, man. That's an SEC guy, man. I
Yeah.
thought you was on top of that, bro. I thought you was on top of the SEC. That should be one of your boys.
Yep. University of
Give,
Missouri. He has like an
yeah, give him
86
a nice
speed.
little.
That's why Sam picked him up. 21 yards on the ground. He was running all over that Seahawks defense in the rain.
Yeah, that's a bad sign, though. If you can't stop the running back or the quarterback, they both went off. That's a bad sign that they both went off. You
And
got to
then
make some major adjustments.
I think also too, Saboza had 2 sacks. Hutchinson got a sack. That was pretty big. But where is it? Yeah, Ward got an interception. And I don't. I'm not gonna spend time trying to find it, but I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Darius Rush had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. So you're already seeing his trades pay off a little bit.
Yes, but you then gotta be like, remember who he's playing. So it's like, I mean, I expect him to win these type of games. So, but I want to see what the production's gonna look like when you go against a playoff user. Like that's really when it's gonna matter. So I want to see how the production's gonna look.
Yeah, I mean it was a close game this week too. So moving on, we're gonna talk about some other games that happened. And the first one is the game that you were in, Trill. It was you against G Money. We had a little bit of New York Giants at Washington Commanders action, and
Mhm.
you pulled out the belt.
Hey, pull out the belt, man. Just say I got the win, man. That's all that matters.
36
I don't
point
know.
win.
It was a decent game at first. Then he got a goofy interception. So I'm like, all right, bet. I had to stand up straight real quick. I had to stand up straight off the chair. Like, all right, let me handle business real quick.
So I think probably my main takeaways before we start talking about like the numbers that you had is with G. I feel like he probably just had one of those games where like he threw like an interception or two and he just got out of his gameplay. Like he wasn't playing like himself. I think he should have ran the ball a little bit more, tried to, or I mean it looked like he had a lot of turnovers. So
I think I was in his head a little bit because he threw a pick on the first play of the game, like the first snap, threw a pick. So I think at that moment, I think he was in his head. He was playing in his
yeah,
head.
yeah, and that'll happen sometimes. But Jackson Dart, he had a clinic, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Cam Scatterbo, look at that, 19 carries,
Yes,
186
sir,
yards,
man.
two
Get them
touchdowns.
parlays ready.
Hashtag parlays. Yep.
Get them parlays ready.
Malik Neighbors, 4 receptions, 113 yards. He had 4 catches, but he scored 3 times.
Hmm. Yeah, I got my rookie linebacker, 2 tackles for loss, a touchdown. He got a pick and a touchdown. So he looking good
What was the
out there.
touchdown
And
a pick six, or did he like
yeah, it
recover
was
the
a pick
fumble?
six.
Okay.
Pick six. Oh, it was a user alert, man. I hit him with a crazy user alert for that pick six. Uh, Nah, I mean, he just gotta get him. If G doesn't play in his head, it would be it would have been a lot closer game, in my opinion.
Cam Scatterbo. I didn't think you were gonna start him just because he had an 85 speed. I thought you were gonna start Tyron Tracy.
I had to try though, man. I wasn't gonna just. I mean, I know I was talking about it, like, oh man, he's so slow, but I'm like, man, I still want to see it in action. I want to see what he can do.
Yeah.
Man, he didn't disappoint. So
I mean, if anything, too, you could kind of use them as like with wear and tear on. You can kind of rotate them in and out, both of them.
yeah, yeah. Tracy had a touchdown. Tracy had like 30 yards and a touchdown. So it's like
Okay. Yeah.
I'm working on it, trying to get a little rotation going. I can't be like you. I mean, you got a little something different out
Sonic
there
and
in
Knuckles.
Detroit. Yeah, you got a little something different in
I
Detroit,
got a
but
stable of 4 running backs. I got some other
yeah,
options in case they go down I can work with. Not great Madden players, but I can work with them. I know how to. So
nah, I'm definitely it's still a work in progress. I got Trey next week, so it's definitely gonna be interesting playing most of my division off of it.
yep. In week 3, you had the Chiefs, so you're going through the Texas gauntlet.
Going against the Texas boys all at once.
Except minus D, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we're not worried about that.
Congrats. Way to get the season started. Welcome to the 1-0 club.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. 1-0 club. Hashtag 1-0 club.
So, and the first person that got the party started with the 1-0 club, because I keep on seeing him throw stuff in the chat. His game didn't get recorded because the user he was playing's power went out in the middle of the game, but Red got a dominant win with the Colts today. Got the 1-0 party started.
Congrats to Eggs Redder, man.
Yeah, I mean, like
Got
love the offense he was running. Good mix of the pass and the run game. He had JT looking pretty smooth, but I think he was stopping Tua all game. So
yeah, Tua definitely wasn't cooking. I could definitely see Tua sit the bench eventually. He's eventually gonna have to sit the bench or get traded, one or two.
Mm-hmm.
But,
So
yeah, it was definitely a hard fought win for the Colts.
So up next we had the new user to the lead. His gamer tag is It Was Me Guys 8886. Wonder if that's like his pin to his bank account. We need to try that out. His lunch code from high school. But
Yeah.
he's the new user to the lead, and he played Boogie, aka King X4266, and not a guy with 4 numbers. Wonder if that's his bank account.
Yeah, man. What's up with the four number? Four number.
I mean, I have 4 numbers, but mine's a year, so.
Yeah.
But I was really excited to see what the new guy was going to do. I mean, Boogie's made playoffs before. Boogie's like, when he's locked in, he's pretty good, but I'd say Boogie's, 15-20 type of range player. Just historically what he's been. But, yeah, I mean, we look at the numbers here. J.J. McCarthy, 14-22, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's going to hurt. Aaron Jones going to get anything going on the ground. Rondell Moore had a big game. 5 receptions, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. But, I mean, that Bears offense looks like it just took over. Look at those numbers.
You making Boogie look like the floor general out here, man. He over here conducting the offense. That's a real bad sign if you're a Minnesota fan. If you got Boogie conducting offenses, driving down the field like that, 6 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Boogie said
But
it
hey,
felt
I'm
good
gonna
for
give him
once.
but I'm gonna give him credit though. I'm gonna give Boogie credit though. I ain't gonna just downplay the Vikings. I'm gonna give Boogie credit. He definitely showed up. And he had to let the new guy know, welcome to the road league. This is welcome to the road league moment.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have expected it from Boogie, but hey, shout out to Boogie getting a hard fought win. Welcome to the 1-0 club.
Dunze, 6 catches, 163, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, welcome to the 1-0 club, Boogie. Hashtag Boogie. Hashtag Boogie Bears.
Yeah, man. The new guy said he was like a 6, and Joe said the same thing. I don't know. We need to start curving it. We gotta do a curve system or something.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to play Boogie next week. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, man. Will it be streamed game if it's such a good game?
Possibly. We'll see. I don't always make all the calls.
Whatever.
Speaking of me, I played Wood today. NFC North Battle. I got the 51, a 30W. I joined the 1-0 club.
Welcome to the 1-0 club. This is probably gonna be the toughest user in that division. So for you to handle business the way you did, it's kind of concerning for everybody else. Like, man, Raven might have a not a free walk. I'm not gonna say free walk, but a better walk than he did last year.
I'm trying to tell you guys, fear the North. And the NFC North's gonna run stuff this man. Don't be surprised if all of us make the playoffs.
That would never happen.
Don't say that. It could happen, man. You never know.
The most y'all gonna get is 2. Is the most y'all getting.
But the main thing for me this game was Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 223 yards, 3 touchdowns. He only ran like 3 plays in the second half, if I'm being honest, because he turned a little bit yellow for wear and tear, and I was like, I'm not chancing this. So I ran David Montgomery most of the second half, and he had 55 yards. He had like 80 yards total, 2 touchdowns himself. So big day on the ground. Big game for the
Yeah,
running backs, I guess. So
it's really bad look, man. 15 carries get you 223, man. He was working. That was them chunk plays. I don't know what that average is to. I don't have my calculator, but that's an extremely efficient offense. I mean, Brock Purdy didn't really have to do a lot. He was kind of just handing the ball off like Penix did last year, just hand the ball off
yeah,
and make the simple plays, don't force nothing.
yeah. Purdy will
James,
he'll have his moments, but he did what he had to do today. He was getting
you
real lit. Man, I was watching. They kept on going to Purdy, and he was going crazy after the running backs did a touchdown. So
but you gonna get JMO the ball, or is JMO kind of a decoy?
he'll get the ball. It didn't really work out this game. I think Wood knew I wouldn't defeat JMO, so he kind of tried taking him out. Um, JMO, his one touchdown, it was like Tampa 2. He was just wide open on a go route. Like, there was no one beside him. But, I mean, I didn't really, I kind of spread the ball out when I passed it, and I didn't really pass it a bunch. I mean, you can see 14 completed passes, so.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Golden he was killing, man.
He had 6 receptions, 83 yard a touchdown. I mean, but it seems like Wood's gonna have to put a lot of priority on his defense if he wants to keep up.
Just to counter me.
Yeah, because I mean, 30 points. I mean, it's a decent amount. It's not like it's like trash. 30 is decent, but you're not gonna win if you got your opponent dropping 50 bombs. So
Yeah.
you gotta have to make some adjustments on defense.
I mean, but that's kind of aligned with my playstyle. I don't really have a spectacular defense, especially because Brian Branch got injured in the second play of the game, so I took him out, and he didn't play at all the rest of the game. So it's just like, I don't have superstars on my defense like that, since I traded Hutchinson. So you just got
And I
you
wonder,
got some decent guys out there, man.
and
Nothing
you
to
got enough.
worry.
You got enough, man. You got enough pieces, man. I don't want to hear all that. Man, you're not having a lot of pieces will be other people's treasure. So I don't know.
So let's preview a couple of games that haven't been played yet. So first we have Ron, aka the Eagles user, going against Trey Dean, the Cowboys user. My prediction
Man,
for this game, Trill, I'm gonna go Trey Dean. Trey Dean wins by 14. Actually, make that 17. Trey Dean's gonna win by 17 points. I'm gonna go
man,
37-20.
I don't know, man. I think I might say trading by 10. I was gonna say trading was gonna get the belt out, but I think Ron's not like the best user in the world, but just based on how good that team is, his team alone is gonna help him keep up with
And he,
Trey. So
he could pull off an upset.
I'm unlikely. It's unlikely. It's possible, but unlikely. But I think Trey gonna get him by like 10 points. That's my estimate. Yeah, I'm assuming Milton's gonna start if
Me
I had
too.
to. Yeah.
He doesn't want Dak, and Dak doesn't want him.
So I'm assuming Milton's gonna start. So it's gonna be some growing pains. So it's not gonna be a blowout.
Now, since
But I got my.
I wonder, since the stats didn't save in the Colts and Eagles or Colts and Dolphins game, is Tyreek gonna make an appearance, his debut, if that trade goes through before this game gets played?
It could, but man, I don't know what they got going on behind the scenes. I get called a dick eater if I say anything, so let them figure it out.
I mean, I kind of feel like they shouldn't be able to. I feel like they shouldn't be able to make that trade. To be honest with you, because Willie played his game. I mean, maybe after Ron plays his game, but Ron has to make the trade because he has to regress his guys. So I don't know.
Yeah, because in theory, that game is played, so Ron would have to play his game before that trade could even happen. So, that is a valid point. But the way they being in the shadows about it, I don't think that trade gonna happen at this rate.
But this should be a good game, good divisional matchup. Seeing the NFC East, butt heads week 1. So,
Yeah. Division on division violence, man. What you love to see.
so up next we have primetime football. The Baltimore Ravens going to Buffalo. So we have Sniper McKell's the Ravens, M Boys the Bills. Who you got, True?
Man, I got the fake demon by like 17. I think the fake demon is gonna have too much. I think the way the league set up now with the play cooldowns on 3 now, I think that is gonna hamper him a little bit, but I think he's gonna make the adjustment and he's still gonna get the belt. I don't know if 17 is considered the belt, but I'm giving Mike the edge here. I don't think Moore got what it takes.
I am gonna go with Mike winning. I'm gonna go with Mike winning, 17 as well. But I will say, like, if there was any game for M Boy to upset Mike, this is the one. With it being the first game on Madden 26 Week 1, Year 1. You know what I mean? You know.
Mhm.
So if there was a time and place he was gonna upset him. This is the place and time. But I think Mike will take care of business in that championship DNA show off in Week 1. So.
I would say I think Lamar's gonna have a pretty bad game. I think he's gonna have a stinker. I would say that
Yeah.
he should handle business, but I think Lamar's gonna have a stinker if I had to put a parlay down.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if M-Boy pulls off the upset, there's going to be a lot to talk about. But,
Oh yeah, man. The fake demon gonna have some questions you're gonna have to answer.
but yeah. But Mike should take care of business. I'm really interested to see which player he's going to regress. Because he's also over with the team he chose. So,
And he's been trying to make a trade for so long to
my
make
my
sure.
guess is I think he's going to regress Derrick Henry. Because I think he's going to try to start Keaton Mitchell.
I mean, yeah, either Henry or Andrews. That's kind of the only two I would think he'd do. Or
Yeah.
or
Maybe
is
Marlon.
Marlon? Let's say is Marlon still? So they still keep man. They still letting him hold on to that
Hey,
superstar.
all pro Marlon, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. They letting him hold on to that. Yeah,
Man, the whole team except Lamar should maybe whole team except Lamar Kyle Hamilton should maybe lose their trades. But
yeah, man. Terrible, terrible team. Real
Red
life.
said Ravens had almost did a blockbuster trade but decided not to do it. What do you mean by that, Red?
Well, clearly it was a trade between him and
Mm-hmm.
Fate. But man, you can't force people to make trades now, man. They won't make it.
Yeah.
They can say no.
He said Kyle Hamilton was almost a Colt. So that's interesting. You know, Mike's trying to get another trade and Kyle Hamilton out if he's trying to get him out. And then I guess he'd keep everybody else, even though he's trying to trade other players. So.
And then I mean, but then I'm asking, who is he getting for Kyle? Like a first? He probably gonna get like a first round pick. Like that with the.
Probably. You don't have to tell us, Red, but I'd soon draft capital. That'd be my guess. I mean, like, he's probably in a position where, like, you know, he might keep his superstar corners, but obviously, like, say if he could save Flower superstar, he's gonna probably drop Marlon or something like that. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah,
know he
because
wants one superstar wide receiver.
about he gonna get Zay Flowers. That's gonna be the receiver. He's gonna get it first.
I mean, he might do. There's another wide receiver in the Ravens. He's young. His name's Devontae Walker. Trey Dean got him traded last Madden. I think Mike
Mm-hmm.
is probably going to start him as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mike gets him traded just because he's a fast wide receiver, and Mike likes his speedsters. I mean, he's been trying to get JMO from me, and told him the only way he's getting JMO is if I got Lamar, so obviously that's not happening.
Hey man, I would have made that trade, get J-Mo for Lamar. Cause man, well, that'd be me though. I don't. I know I could develop a QB. So if I'm getting J-Mo, man, it should be easier to develop a QB with J-Mo.
Mm-hmm.
But Everybody got their own paths and how they trying to build their team.
I keep
So,
yawning.
yeah, we did start. We did start a little late for the podcast.
So
What we'll see.
those of you in the chat, are there games we haven't talked about that you're really excited for this week? There's a plethora of games to still be played. So
Yeah, we got the Unk Bowl with Hustler and Bezo. Got the Unk Bowl.
you have Titans and Broncos.
I mean, I don't think Hustler in the Neon. You're not in the Neon yet.
No,
I'm hoping y'all working on that.
Rock and Tony C.
Man, that ain't nothing to talk about, man.
West Dog and Calvin.
Yeah, I feel like the rest of I mean, you got Noski and Car. That might be an interesting game.
Car's nope. Nosuke gets the force one. Car has to serve a punishment. Fourth down rule from last Madden. Car starts off with 2 user rules. You still there, True? He's not.
Man, did I get kicked from the call?
Yeah, something happened, but
I
yeah,
heard you like
I
cut.
think
I
Car
heard
made
you
him
like.
flabbergasted. Car serving punishment. He gets 2 user rules to start off the year.
But I mean, he did do it to himself. I'll say Jimmy Horn got nerfed. But oh man, Tet is the only receiver he has, and that's the only receiver he's gonna have. I don't think he's gonna get. Legette's not really gonna get developed. Horn, he seems like he don't like want Horn.
I see Red's trolling.
Yeah, red in his bag, he's trolling. He said that Red is excited he got his week 1 win. And that's what got him geeked today. Because if he would have lost, man, it'd have been crickets.
Yeah, he getting real quiet.
Yeah, it'd have been crickets if he would have lost. But shout out the Colts and their victory, though.
Yeah, they joined the 1-0 club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like looking at the games left, because I know, yeah, Beasley and Parker, they both had forced losses. And we talked about Ron and Trey.
Hey, yo, I heard somebody lost the row.
Nah, Ro got the win this week.
Yeah, I
That's what he,
said
that's what he
somebody lost
said.
the row.
Yeah,
Oh
someone
yeah.
lost the row. Yeah, someone did
Where'd
lose
you
the
go? Did you
row.
go take a nap?
Yeah, you know that shit hit me, man.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
came back to life.
Yeah, somebody took an elder row, man.
That's crazy. Shout out Rowe, man. We knew he'll bring the Steelers some glory.
I mean, it was a close game, though. It was a close game. It was in the rain. It's a hard fought win for Rowe.
He had a big speech after the game talking about how Jared Goff's the quarterback for the future.
Yeah, see that win getting to his head because Golf got no business being anybody's franchise QB.
So that's another case of going where you're appreciated.
Yeah,
Man,
Jared
that's
Goff's
fake
his man.
appreciation. Because as soon as that draft hit, man, you know he drafted a quarterback, so that's some fake appreciation.
Maybe around week 8, Golf won't be appreciated.
And as soon as he get the chance, he gonna get him a
I
quarterback.
would I would like to see Rowe have a great season though. I think it would be good to see him make playoffs as like a wild card team.
I mean, how everything's shaking in the AFC? This probably his best chance right now. Like in this Madden, based on where everybody went, he could definitely squeeze a wild card spot. But he gonna need a little help though. But It's possible, but I mean, Jeff might give him a fourth one or two though if he on vacation.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's more likely season 4 or 5 compared to now.
Yeah, so he might squeeze in a 7 seed.
So, chat, does any of you have any other questions for us or anything like that? And, while we would see if they have anything, something I was going to ask, this is probably more for you, True. I mean, Willie, you can answer, but I know you just kind of woke up from a nap. What would you say was the most, like, I guess, like, eye-astonishing stat line you saw from week 1?
And that Gibbs, man, Gibbs 223 on 15 carries. I'm like, damn, Wood don't know how to stop the run.
I'm going to keep it in division. I think my most eye-stunning stat line was Caleb Williams. 6
Yeah, that
tutties.
too. New guy making Boogie look like a dog. I look like a elite. That new guy probably think Boogie a top user the way that game went. You're like, damn,
Don't say it
this
like that.
this guy must be making bowls or something. He's dogging me. Yeah, that was another surprise.
Red said, who impressed y'all? Who showed doubts in your expectations so far? So surprising, I mean, like, I'd say, honestly, Red getting the win kind of surprised me a little bit because I would consider Willie to be the better user. So that was a great start for Red in his tenure with the Colts.
Yeah, that or Row and Spaz. That's another one that's surprising. But if you're talking about people that impressed, I mean, I think everybody like there wasn't no outside of those two games. There really wasn't no upsets like within like the top users. There was really no upsets right so
Well,
far. Everybody kind of handled business.
I thought G would have maybe played you a little bit closer.
Man, because I was in his head, man. He was lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
It's all right though. He gonna come to New York next time we play. I'm gonna show him how we get down to
Yeah,
New
Bot
York.
Stadium.
Yeah, man. You gonna be a couple ACL tears, and then because we got that turf.
Malik Neighbors.
Man, the league might not even play. Fuck around. I'm gonna let Scatterby get all the touches. Let him do that.
You gonna get Russell Wilson in there a little bit?
Man, Russ is not seeing the field.
Is he still on the team?
Yeah, he's still here.
It's him or Jameis second.
Actually, it is Max Duggan is my second quarterback.
I saw you did pick him up. I should have known.
Yeah, Max Duggan, he a dog for real, man.
Hmm.
But I gotta keep Russ is a mentor, so you never know. Might get like some type of scenario or something. Talking about mentoring the rookie QB or something. So it probably happened in the preseason, but I missed it. But I'm gonna keep Russ. Jameis could go though if you want him.
I'm good, man. I got Purdy Nation.
Man, he got
He rocking the
noodle
12. He
arm,
my Tom
man.
Brady.
He got that noodle arm too.
He does indeed.
Yeah, man. How you gonna have J-Mo with Rob Purdy, man? How does that sound?
Man, don't worry about it. We got 4 to 5 seasons.
Also, you saying you got a QB you looking out for?
Never know, man. I got the draft picks.
Yeah, people tend to just hand you picks. Like you want to pick.
Hey,
Here's
man,
a
don't
pick.
act like I didn't give nothing now. I gave Aiden Hutchinson, man.
You want to here you get a pick and you get a pick. Yeah, people just gravitate towards you when it comes to picks. We already said that, Ren, about surprising. Oh, you talking about Willie? I think Willie passed out again, man.
We already talked about the trade. Oh,
But he was talking about he wanted
yeah.
Rhodes.
I got that. What about you, Red? Who impressed you, and who kind of put doubts in your expectations for the season?
Yeah, Red, how you feel about the trade, man? You should be the trade expert with all the trades you make.
He said Joe impressed me. Spaz let me down.
Joe, what trade Joe made?
He's talking about the games, not trades.
Joe impressed you because he lost? Why? I didn't know he was impressed with losing. Now, I mean, that's hey, man. That's how you rock, then. Hey, man. Shout out to being impressed with a loss.
He didn't quit and kept it close. That's progress. So he said.
And people really are playing for the wrong things, man. We don't, man. We play to win, man. We don't play for the progress and all you getting close to winning. You gotta win. I thought Vin Diesel taught y'all, man. You can win by a mile or an inch, man. Winning is winning. Nobody want to hear that progress shit.
I think it was a good day for Insane. I mean, 62 overall quarterback and his offense put up 42.
And this quarterback had 100 plus passing and rushing.
Mm-hmm. So,
Man, he on pace to get 1,000 rushing yards, man. Oh, way over it actually, but
yeah, he was mad about Scatterboo. And just wait till he sees Gibbs' stat line.
who was mad about Scatterboo, man?
Insane.
Man, what be mad about, man? Scatterboo was just
Because he
cooking.
was wanting McCaffrey and Cook to lead the leading rushing. And he got his
Want him
game to
back
see
to back.
Scatterboo 180.
Scatterboo got more yards after contact than some people got rushing yards. I'm just saying, man. He a CTE machine.
Red gave us. Man, we could have had Red on this episode. He could have replaced Willie.
Really out for the count at this rate, man. I think he out for the count.
They could have started early. He said he's giving his thoughts on the trades. He said worst trade was the Eagles Dolphins. Surprise was Niners Lions. Underrated was Niners Pats. One sided Niners Colts. Yeah, I mean,
Well, one sided. I would actually say that Ringo trade and I think the McHale trade was bad for Insane, but that Ringo trade, I don't see why he would get rid of Ringo. And especially for a third round pick, man. That's crazy to me.
so we didn't make any slides, but I guess another thing is just looking ahead. Some games that might be interesting in week 2. Envoy and Spaz, that could be a pretty good game. Car carts are gonna force them. Calvin and Willie, been a lot of chatter, so that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, man. Hey, Will, don't lose that game, man. It's gonna be. Man, he might not be. They might not allow you back in the locker room, man. They're not gonna let you speak.
We have G Money and Wood. That could be a good game. Trill
Potential.
Trading.
Yeah.
Ron and Byron. Okay. That'll be a good one.
I mean, I don't know. I think yeah, I need to see how Ron play against Drake first.
You think there's any chance Rock and Beezy's a good game?
It actually might. Isn't Beasley? Don't Beasley got two? 2 games?
Oh
Or is it
yeah,
one?
yeah. Beezy's also spinning their game, so Rock will get a win there. Hey, Joe and Roe, that'll be a good game.
Yeah, that'd be a great game.
And Roe might start off 2-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, man, I know you'd be so happy. 2-0, 2-0 start.
Then we got me and Boogie. That could be an entertaining, good game.
Yeah, if you say
Hey,
so, man.
D and Bezo. Now that's gonna be a great game.
Uh, I don't know,
Comeback season
man.
in LA, man. He's 1-0. He's in the 1-0 club.
It hasn't even played a game. You want to know how to play a game? I don't know.
Comeback
Bezo
season
might
in
handle,
LA, man.
Bezo might handle that.
And then Noski and Jeff. That could actually be a really good one.
Yeah,
Jaguars Bengals.
that'd actually be a really good one to see. It's not a bad lineup next week. I don't think we got like no. Well, I guess
Prime
me and
time
Trey.
action. I mean,
I mean,
maybe
me and
you and
Trey.
Trey Dean.
Yeah, but like no two heavyweights going at it type of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it is getting kind of late. I think. I mean, we started late, so.
It was bound to happen. We started late.
Trill, you got anything you want to tell the people?
Man, I just tell the people, man, good luck on the season, man. I hope everybody is successful in their quest for the first Super Bowl of the league.
Mm-hmm. I hope everybody enjoys Man 26 and get used to the game. I hope everyone has a blessed night, man.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good night.
Thank you for listening to the RoShow League Podcast Network.